Welcome to Papa John's shop. I started on this dump load controller, and I made a little I don't know what you call it, bracket, I guess, to assemble everything on. You got the heat sink mounted permanently on there with some pop rivets. That'll be for the three-phase rectifier. And then I got the fuse holder's gonna go right there. So we'll go right out of the rectifier into the fuses. And I got a little thing for the meter. And that's gonna go right there. And then the circuit board that does the controlling, I made some standoffs for it out of some plastic I had and made a little plexiglass cover for it, and I put a couple little holes there so we can reach in to push the switches to program it. And that's going to mount right there. It's only got 3 legs on it, so it doesn't want to stand right there by itself. And then the relay is going to go up here at the top, like so. So that's the physical layout. So I got to get all that stuff mounted on there, and then I can start the wiring, I guess. So I'll keep you updated as I make some progress. I think I'm making some progress. I got the current carrying wires run and the meter in. I haven't done anything with the voltage sensing circuit yet, because that's just going to hook to the coil once the rest of this stuff is done. So I think before I go any further, I want to see if it's going to do what it's supposed to do. And let's see, I got a light bulb there. I got a light bulb there. We'll use one. We'll pretend one's a battery. Be the juice going to the battery. So that would be the outputs off of these set of fuses here to the battery. So I'm going to hook that there. And then this light bulb will be the dump load. And I'm going to hook it up here on the relay, because I won't hook those wires up to the dump load until we actually get the dump load mounted. They won't have to go through any of this. Come on, your little clip doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, there. So now if I turn my power supply on and I hook, this would be the juice coming in from, well, like the Waterwheel or the Windmill. So as it is now, this light should light. Okay, meter's reading, and it does. So now if the battery voltage goes up and this triggers the relay, it should switch over to the dump load. And it did. I'm just doing it by hand. Okay, so that part of it's working. So I got the plumbing right. So now I'll get this mounted in there. We'll get that wired up so that it makes a decision to trigger the relay. Alright, making progress. See you in a bit again. I'm back. I thought I'd try my real dump load instead of the light bulb. And there's one heavy one and one that's not quite as heavy. And on the lighter one, do it manually. It's drawing about 6.5 amps at 14.4 volts. So if I go to this heavier one, that kills it. Unless I'm not making connection good. Yeah, my power supply is only good for, it trips at 8 amps. Guess I didn't have that clip on there. And that's going to 15, so as it stands, I think the light one will be plenty for the Waterwheel. Maybe I can use this bigger one for the Windmill, because that makes a little bit more, especially when it's really ripping. It'll make 20 some amps, so I think this might work. Okay, I got the sensor circuit wired in. It's not mounted yet, it's just floating there because I wanted to make sure I had everything working. And this is my pretend dump load. This is the battery, and I'm going to use my bench power supply as the input, and I'm going to use this light bulb to run the battery down to make it cycle. So if I turn it on, okay, it's going to charge for a little bit, and when it gets up to 14.8 is what I got it set for, so when it goes past that it should switch the dump load on, and it did. And if I run the battery back down, it'll switch back. Of course, I got it set right on the edge so that just try the circuit out, but there it's at 14.4. If I take the load off, as soon as it goes back up, it switches back. Of course, this is just a little battery, so, and it's not in great shape, so it changes voltage quickly. So I think it's going to work okay. So now I can make things more permanent and figure out exactly how I'm going to integrate this into the circuit. Now I'm thinking that the output of this is going to go into the MPPT controller. That way, when the battery voltage goes up, I'll be disconnecting the input side of the controller, and that way I won't have the over voltage situation when the controller actually decides that the battery's up. So when when the battery actually goes back down, then the controller will be ready for juice, and then this will send it to it. So that's the plan. And then I'll probably create another one of these because I have enough. I bought enough stuff to make 2 of them, and I'm going to put one of them on the Windmill also. So I'll keep you updated. Okay, I still got it hooked up, haven't changed anything. I just thought I'd show you. I didn't show you varying the power supply, which would be like the Windmill input, for instance. Okay, so the battery's being charged now. So you can see, and when it goes up to the point where it trips over to the dump load, now I can vary I can vary the voltage. You can see the light going up and down. I don't want to go too much because I don't want to burn it out. But you can see the battery voltage is not being affected by it. So it would be going to the dump load. So once the battery voltage goes back down, which it should by itself eventually, I guess I can help it along. There, it'll switch back to charging. So that might help explain it a little bit better. Okay, got a temporary hookup hooked up on the water wheel. Water wheel's coming into here. Dump controller's controlling the input to the MPPT control. Dump load's hooked up here. I'm going to turn my inverter off so the voltage goes up. You can see what we got here. 1 amp at 51 volts and 4 amps going to the battery. I'm not sure it's going to work. I tried. Okay, it just switched. Okay, so this shows it went to sleep. Okay, so I'm going to turn the load back on so it runs the battery back down. That's the dump load current. And it's just feel a little bit of warmth is all. We'll watch this. Of course, there's got to be a glare on that thing down there. Okay, it just switched back. We got 74 volts coming in. 89 volts. So, and I don't have the water wheel turned fully on, so this might not work because that's too close to the 100 volt limit. It takes too long to decide. You can see the current's going up to the battery. We got a half an amp coming in at 72 volts and 2 amps at 12.8. Slowly figuring out what the best voltage and amperage is. So now we got 1 amp at 51 volts and 4 amps going to the battery. I could get rid of that shadow. There, maybe that's better. Oh, I keep forgetting we got a backlight. That would probably help. Let's try it again. I'll turn this inverter off so that we're not drawing any current, and the voltage should go back up. Okay, it just switched. See, this went back to sleep. So the water wheel is now putting the power into the dump load. And I'll switch the inverter back on. Okay, and it just switched back. 88 volts. it'll start doing its adjusting. .62 at 0.7 and 12.9 at 2.6. Okay, so I guess you guys get the idea of what's going on, I hope. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the pond equalize itself, and then I'm going to compare how much I gain with the MPPT controller compared to without it. I'm probably just going to have to use the dump load and forget the MPPT controller for the Waterwheel because of the input voltage being too high when it's doing the switching. I can use the controller on my solar panels. So I'll get back with you when we get the pond drained back down and compare. Down and opened up the gate all the way on the pond. Now I got settled down to 27.2 volts, 4.2 amps coming in. We got 13 volts at the battery and 8.6 amps. So that's doubling the current. Okay, that's what it hooked back up without the MPPT controller. So it does gain me some. But we are 13.2, we were 13 before. It's a good day. The solar's going, the water's going, and well, it's not costing much, but the windmill's making a little. Of course, as soon as I put it up there, it goes away. So I just got instead of going to the controller, it's just going back into where it usually goes. So at this point, rather than take a chance of ruining this thing, because it's quite expensive, I'm probably going to just stick with the dump controller for now. If I could find a higher voltage input MPPT controller that didn't cost an arm and a leg, might have a possibility of using it. Or I guess if I wanted to change my smart drive, make it so it makes less voltage, could do that, but then when the water's real low, it probably wouldn't make anything. So I guess this is kind of a happy medium. So not sure what's going to happen, but I think we'll wrap this up for a video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. And thanks for watching. And of course, all this stuff I do is just mostly my guessing and watching other people's videos and gathering information and attempting to make a system that'll work. So just because I did it this way doesn't mean it's right. So I guess you might say it's for entertainment purposes. So we'll see you next time.